Привit.
Bonjour.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Brew with Vienna Whyte,
Vienna Whyte.
Season 1, Episode 47, a Yeg Music production. I'm your host, Marissa Kay.
I'm your other host, Millie Rouge, and welcome to the Morning of Us.
The Morning of Us.
That's our new show, Morning of Us.
And yeah, I'm so freaking stoked. We got a new little setup here, if you can see it, and very excited about it.
I am the ocean now.
You are the ocean.
Plus
I still
pink
have
sand.
I'm still chilling in my background just because I wanted to make sure I had all this set up beforehand.
Honestly, I don't know if I could move anywhere else to like go outside. I don't know how well it would work. I mean, I can try it one day, but it's going to take a lot of setting up. And I like my setup the way it is. I don't want to move.
Yeah, well, it should be a lot of fun either way. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lovely morning, and
Yes.
I woke up like very, very early today. Like I woke up 2 hours before we were supposed to start this, which is not normal for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was I was not expecting to wake up that early. So it was actually kind of nice.
It's weird when you give yourself time and you're kind of like, I kind of enjoy this. And you don't realize it until you're obviously woken up and like moving around, but you like it, you know?
Also, I'm pretty sure that a ghost attacked me this morning. Because I went to go wake up. I went to go wake up, and I like sometimes I'll unplug my phone if like someone texts me or something I can hear it. I'll like unplug it and just kind of like put it on beside me.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened. Maybe I fell asleep and it fell asleep with like my phone in my hand, or it was just sitting on the pillow next to me because I sleep with like a bajillion pillows.
I sleep with none.
Well, I don't know how you do that.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I just like, I woke up to like my phone hitting me in my lips, and I was like, what? And I woke up, I was like, what's going on here?
Maybe you just like had it in your head and you're like,
I don't know. Like it hit me with some force. I thought I chipped my tooth for a second.
That is weird. That's one way to wake up. Hello, Monday.
Yeah. So it's definitely definitely ghost for sure.
That's so strange.
I'm gonna get Ryan Bergara and Shane up in here from BuzzFeed Unsolved to check out my house.
I was like, who is that? I thought you were talking about Shane from our live stream. I was like, what? It's like, okay.
No.
It's like, that's strange, but sure.
Shane would probably be down. He'd be like, I will come check out
Ghost
your ghosts.
hunters. Yes.
Yeah. I think he's the kind of person who'd be down for anything. So
totally. I don't know why, but I've come to the realization lately that I don't like to sleep with pillows, and I don't know why.
Really?
So like sometimes I will. I'm not saying I never will use a pillow, but I found a lot of the nights when I'm like really restless or like I'm moving around, and it usually takes me like an hour or two to sleep because I'm that person that goes on their phone and it goes on Pinterest. And for some reason, the soothing motion of going like this makes me tired because I'm just like, and my eyes are like, so I eventually fall asleep. But I realized I'm like, why do I like this? Like, I just like the like flat surface and your head doesn't have to be like reaching for something. But I've read like, there's this, actually it was a TikTok, and this lady was like, I think she was a doctor, and she's like, do you want to not have back pain when you wake up and stop sleeping on your stomach? And I was like, ooh, I feel attacked. Because that's all I do is I sleep on my stomach, and then I sleep like this, like on my bed kind of thing without any pillows.
Oh man, I don't know how you can do that. I need pillows. I need support. I need one pillow for my head. If I'm sleeping in a hotel, I'll sleep with two just because they're always like extra fluffy.
Super fluffy.
But I sleep with one regular pillow, and then I have another one just next to me, just there for support. Sometimes I don't use it. And then I'll have like some other pillows just around me. So like I'll have like pillow on this side, and then I just sleep like this.
Nice.
And I'm just like,
have you ever slept with like a body pillow? I love body
No, but sometimes
pillows.
I spoon my pillows.
Yeah, that's always good.
It's just
nice.
Comforting, you know?
It's like doing the fetal position, but you're like lifted a little bit, you know?
Yeah, but everybody knows that the most comfortable sleeping position is on your stomach with one leg all the way up, one leg extended, and you're like this. Yeah.
And you're like
or your arms are like under the pillow. Oh,
see, I think the reason I don't use pillows is because every gosh dang time I try and sleep on a pillow, Marshall's body is on it, and he's like, and he like makes this big sigh, and he's on the pillow, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can't use that pillow anymore because you're using it.
Oh,
But it's kind of
Marshall,
cute
what
because
a
like
sweetheart.
this morning I woke up and he was like facing me, so his eyes were looking right at me when I woke up. But he was
Mhm.
like sleeping like this, and I was like, oh, and I just hugged him, and I was like, I can, and I slept for another 10 minutes. I was like, I can make another 10 minutes for you.
Oh, that's the
It
sweetest
was
thing
so
ever.
cute.
I love it.
But sometimes it's so annoying. I gotta say, sleeping with dogs, as much as it's like, it's so cute, they take up so much room and they make you so sweaty. And then you have to like move your legs around them and you're just like, come on, get out
I
of my
will
way.
I will say one of my favorite things to one of my favorite things is when like an animal, like a dog or a cat,
Mhm.
uh, when you're like sleeping on your side and your knees are bent and they come sleep right in that
Yeah, in the
bend and you're just like,
crevice.
oh.
Yeah, Marshall does that all the time. He puts his head like on top of my legs. And then sometimes if I'm lying on my back, he'll come behind and he'll put his head on my butt and he's like, and puts it down. I'm like, this is weird, but it's really cute actually.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah,
So he's a little strange.
Dexter gets really floppy when he gets tired. Like he's like a rag doll. I'll go to
Mm.
pick him up and he's like, huh, and then I'll flip him over. He's like, huh. It's so cute.
I can just imagine it.
He's just dead weight when he's
Oh,
tired. You pick him up and
yeah.
he's just like,
And he's
bleh.
heavy. He's a
He is
chonky
very
boy.
heavy. He's 30 pounds. He's very
Oh
heavy
my
boy.
gosh.
Yeah,
That's so
25
crazy
to
to
30
me.
pounds. Yeah, he's a heavy boy, but
Wow.
you know,
He does his thing. Well,
exactly.
today actually, in speaking of things that are
I was gonna say, speaking of doing your thing.
doing your thing. Yeah, that's a great segue. Doing your thing. We're going to talk about our top three musicians that are, well, I guess we should say top three performers because
Performers.
performers dance typically and they
Performer,
have a
yeah.
show and they are, they do the whole thing.
Yeah. So our topic of the day is performers and musicians who dance, I guess, or who's like that's like part of their whole shtick.
Choreography. Yeah.
Yeah, choreography or something like that. So I actually had a couple of different picks here, but
Ooh.
probably not for the reason that you're thinking.
Okay.
Um,
Are these not included in your top three? Is that what you're?
well, I mean, I have a whole bunch of artists who dance, and there's like the
Mm-hmm.
typical ones that you'd expect us to pick, like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, um, Janet
Yeah.
Jackson too is also insane. All the Motown performers, that was like their whole thing was
Those are shtick.
dancing, and yeah,
Shtick.
that was the whole shtick back in the
Shtick.
day when Motown was extremely popular. So we could pick all those ones because obviously those ones are like incredible, and we had a whole module on
Mm-hmm.
doing
Learning
those
to
backup
dance.
dances. Like, oh
Da,
my
da, da,
gosh.
da, 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 da.
Oh man. Sugar
Sugar
pie, honey
honey
pie.
pie. I like how we
You
both
know that I love you. Oh, I love
love
that song.
you.
Can't help myself.
Can't
I
help
love you
myself.
than nobody
You know
else.
what? Actually, Stephanie French asked me to sing. What song did she sing? She sang, I think she either sang ABC or the other Jackson 5 song, which is I Want You
The
Back.
other Jackson, they
I
only
think
recorded two songs. That's it. That's just
in my mind, they really only recorded two. No, I'm pretty sure it's I Want You Back she did. And we did a whole routine and we did like some swirls. And let me tell you, I'm a terrible dancer. So I don't know why she picked me. I think she didn't know that I was a terrible dancer. So I so appreciated it because I was doing it with Sarah Prosnick. I think that's how you say her
yeah.
last name. And she was this like
She's
dancer
a great
ballerina.
dancer.
And I
Yeah.
was like, gosh, I look like an idiot. So
Well, and it's funny that you bring up Steph French's recital because I also was on that recital. I don't know if you
that
remember.
was just a Motown week. But yeah, I
Oh,
remember her
Motown Week.
recital.
Okay.
That was wild.
Her recital was wild. It was insane, but it was so good. She did this mashup of,
Rolling.
well, yeah, that one. I forgot about that one. We did
That
all
one was
the
fun.
the dance moves to that one. We
It was
choreographed it
crazy.
together. And then we did how does that go? What you find now to be real. You know that one?
No.
Oh, okay. It's Got to Be Real. I forget who the
Okay.
artist is, but yeah, it's a
To be
great
real.
song. And then she did a mashup of Stevie Wonder's I Wish and Wild Wild West by Will Smith.
Mm.
And oh
Such
my
a
God, it
cool
was so much
song.
fun. We had cowboy hats and we did like the what was it called? The Dance Dance Revolution dance to like Wild Wild West. We were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I think actually the videos are on YouTube
That's cute.
from back in the
Probably.
day. Um,
Probably.
but oh my God, I just like, I love choreography in performances. Like, I just think it takes it to the next level, and it's just, it's so much more exciting for me to watch than
Yeah.
just like somebody playing guitar. And like, it could be a great song, but if they're
Mm-hmm.
moving to it too, I'm like, okay, yeah, you
Mm.
put a lot of thought
Mm-hmm.
into this, you know?
Well, to be fair, like I saw Rihanna in concert on my birthday, got free tickets, and I was like, yeah, let's go. And she's kind of a dancer to an extent. Well, she's actually quite a good dancer, but she didn't do a lot of dancing in this show. She had backup dancers and she did like this whole routine. She walked across the floating stage. That was really cool. But like she really just kind of like walked around and I love Rihanna and I love that album, but I was so
Mm-hmm.
bored. I was like, this is like and
Just
the
kind of wasn't what
problem
you were
too,
expecting.
and I think this is why I was so caught off guard, is because she would do something like this, like, um, this is her microphone, Desperado, and then the track would play, Desperado, da 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 da, and it would start singing, and it would be her singing, but she wouldn't be singing, and then she'd just come in and be like, yeah, yeah, and then she would just keep walking, and it would sing for her. So I was like, what am I watching? Am I watching karaoke with someone who's half-assing it? Like
Yeah,
it was
because like when I think
strange.
about other artists who've done that before, there's at least some other sort of performance aspect in there.
Oh.
Um,
And I know like a lot of rappers do that typically. Like they'll kind of be like,
well, it's because they're
yeah, yeah,
rapping.
yeah. And they just kind of come in, right? And that makes
Yeah, well,
sense. Yeah.
but it's
Because they're
because they're
rapping.
rapping over top of it, so that
But when you're
makes a lot of
a
sense.
singer, you're known for
Your
10
insane
years of
vocals.
singing and yeah,
Yeah,
your craziness. You would think that you would, I don't know, maybe it's just a different style she wanted to go towards. That's fine too.
yeah. I don't
But
know.
it makes a difference, is what I'm trying to get at. It makes a huge difference when someone's
Yeah.
dancing and choreographed and moving around.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, I don't want to give away my top picks right now, but there's a certain performer who their emphasis is very much on the choreography that they put in together with their rhythm section,
I feel like I know
with
who
their
you're
vocals. You
talking
probably know
about.
exactly who I'm talking
Because
about.
I think I'm gonna say them too.
Yeah, we're gonna say the exact same person. Um, but you know, and I think that if you're an entertainer, if you're a performer, especially in, you know, the pop world,
Yeah,
and
especially pop.
that's kind of expected, I
If you're
guess.
a metal artist, I mean, you can get away with without
Well, metal
dancing.
artists headbang. That's the difference. They headbang. So like you, when you go
Wow,
to a metal show, but that's, I still think that's a form of
that is a form
choreography.
of dancing. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I think that, you know, people expect certain things when they go to certain shows. Like if you go to a metal show, you don't expect people to be two-stepping, you know?
Can you
You
imagine?
expect, you expect, you expect a
Oh.
mosh pit and you expect headbanging.
Mhm.
If you go to, like if you go to a singer songwriter circle, like you expect to sit down and listen and be introspective. You don't expect
Mhm.
them to get up and start tap dancing. Like,
Right.
you know, um so yeah, that's kind of my whole thing about
Yeah.
performing and
If I was to
singing.
say some like honorable mentions, because it seems like that's kind of the topic of where we're going, um, I would say actually I want to put them in my top kind of three, so maybe I'll leave them for later. But just from the concerts I've been to that I really enjoyed, a lot of the concerts I've been to, there's not a whole lot of choreography, but I can appreciate Beyonce because I think she's incredible. I wouldn't put her in my top three just because of my personal preference, not because she isn't a good dancer, but just my personal preference. Um, I think like J Lo is an incredible dancer and performer, and it's like nuts the stuff she can do at the
Yep.
age she, well, not even that she couldn't do when she was younger, but like she's done it her whole life. But
Oh
just
yeah.
being at the age she is now, and the fact that she's like a crazy dancer and just like super talented,
Yeah.
um, triple threat, if you will. Gosh, damn it. This is what I'm talking about right here. Anyways, it
No,
still
it's
looks
okay.
fine. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I agree with those choices as well.
Mhm.
Like Beyonce in particular, like she's insane. Like I don't know how she does the things that she does on stage. I'm like, how
I
do you
think
still have breath to do what you do and also be like in a tight corset too? I'm like,
mhm.
Beyonce, you're freaking killing it right now. How do you breathe?
I think I heard
Like,
her dad used to make her run on the track, like the treadmill, singing.
yeah,
It's a
that's a thing
known
that some people
thing.
do. Yeah.
So that would make a lot
Um,
of sense because that would really train your your vocal ability.
Yeah, musical theater people do it a lot too, for their stamina and everything.
Which makes sense.
But yeah, there's, people like J-Lo. Again, that's another great mention, because she's one of the judges on the World of Dance, that show as well.
True.
And people like
well, Britney Spears was a pretty big dancer back in the time.
Say.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was just thinking of throwbacks, like.
Oh yeah, no,
then,
I know.
Right?
I mean, I know all that choreo now.
And NSYNC was pretty good. I mean, they did a lot of
NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees. I don't know if 98 Degrees really did a lot of dancing.
I don't know. Destiny's Child
did Boys to Men do a lot of dancing? Because I don't remember, like.
I feel like they did.
Like, probably they were more like their stuff was more focused on like just the insane vocals.
Yeah.
But as far as I remember, I think there was some choreography in there as well.
Ooh, I thought of somebody.
What? Oh,
this is his mugshot.
Yeah,
Sorry to flash my chest at you, but
for those of you who are listening on Spotify, she just showed us her Elvis T-shirt. Which, that brings up a good point. I didn't think about Elvis,
right? Because he's so long ago, it seems like, but he really wasn't. But
or even like someone like James Brown too. Like he was a performer. He was a showman. I'm just trying to think, like,
who would you say was the first artist who really brought in like dancing to music? Because there was a time when it was very like somber and I did it my way.
Well, I think Motown was the biggest.
Start
one, because that was.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Like when, like, I honestly can't say because I don't remember. Like, we took a course on this, but I can't tell you the chapter of the book that I read that said this is when dancing started. It's like I don't know.
I feel like you're right though. Because
well, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I just think that right. Well, it sounds right, but it's just there was a heavy emphasis on that portion of performance.
Yeah.
In that decade of music, in that era of music. Because if you think Motown, you think of like, the dance moves, the what you done to me, all that stuff. The Temptations, oh my God. I know there's a lot more Motown groups than the Temptations.
What were those 3 ladies called?
The Supremes.
Baby. Yeah, baby. Baby,
don't leave me. Yes. So the Temptations,
Jackson
the Supremes, Jackson 5.
They were Motown.
Yeah. Tina Turner. Was she Motown?
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I could be wrong.
And like there's so many other ones.
Lots.
And I'd have to look them up and double check the names there. I used to remember a lot more, but it's been a while since university. So
yeah.
But just back in that era, there was a lot of heavy emphasis on dancing, and mean, we had a whole week on this, but like it was just, it was very much very like choreographed, and it was like, okay, you're gonna do this, we're all gonna do, like, it all looked very beautiful and very nice. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say that would be when that started to become popular. But in terms of like starting dance with music, I think those two kind of coincide a bit. But in terms of performance, I think that's the difference. Is like we're starting to become popular in performance, like in commercial performances.
Totally.
It's like, swing dancing to jazz has always been a thing, but you've never saw
that's
the
not
band
the performer doing it.
Well, because like when you think about it, I guess you saw the band, if they had like trombones, they're going like this, so like you could consider that choreography too. So it might have been back in the swing band era, like I don't remember.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So for me, it's tough to say. I would have to say it probably became more popular during the Motown era, but I think it was just always has been a thing.
For sure. Definitely. Yeah, there's some really incredible performers. Like I would say even Madonna, that's another great one.
Oh, yeah.
She was kind of like the start of pop. Not the start, but like one of the strongest females to start doing performance-based dancing. She's really talented. She still does all this crazy stuff being as old as she is. I don't want to say it like that, but
Paula Abdul as well.
Yeah.
She did a lot of that
She's
stuff.
kind of crazy.
A lot of the 80s were were very dancey. I
Which
mean, the
makes
90s
sense.
too. It was a lot of 90s groups. Spice
Yeah.
Girls were a lot of that
Yeah.
choreography stuff. The Cheetah Girls,
Cute.
Little Mix,
Are the Cheetah Girls a real
One
band?
Direction. Yeah. I don't
Like,
know.
were
I
they a
think they're a
real
real
band or
band.
were they like a Disney made band
I don't
for
know. I
movies?
think they were both. I think. I don't know. Miley Cyrus. I'm just going through bands now. Josie and the Pussycats, or
Jonas
no, Pussycat Dolls.
Brothers.
I don't know if Jonas Brothers actually did a lot of dancing though. Did they?
Don't you remember Camp Rock? Okay, guys, let's go. You remember that scene?
No.
Oh, okay, there's a scene where Joe Jonas is like, watch me, because he's like a kind of a
Oh my
douche in the movie. And he's like,
god.
bam, bam,
Oh my
bam, bam.
god.
And all the people are like, it's so funny. I watch it a lot on TikTok because they do like
Oh my god.
just like cringy scenes from Camp Rock. And there's so many. Oh my God. But if you want to hear us talk more about performers, we are going to talk about this again. Well, you'll see the video tomorrow morning. Sorry,
No, not
you'll
tomorrow
see
morning.
it this week, sometime this week at 6 a.m. So check out the YouTube.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
Anyways, aside from Jonas Brothers, that's not related to,
I
what
think
I was
that's really
talking
funny
about.
that you brought that up. Because yeah, it started to become like a really popular thing, especially when MTV was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's they started to put a lot of emphasis on that performance aspect. And I mean, like someone like
Right.
Britney Spears, I think is probably the main example that a lot of people go to, just because
Totally.
her whole thing was, you know, the Britney dancing, you know.
Yeah. Well, and Christina
And
Aguilera is a good one as well in that era as
yeah,
well, who did really well with dancing.
yeah,
And
Shakira
yeah,
as well.
Shakira's crazy. Whew.
Cher, I don't really know if Cher did a lot of
I think
performing
she was more of like
like that. The
the
singer, like
stage
Celine Dion's
performance.
singer type thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know a lot of Cher
Yeah.
to be fair, so I can't really speak 100% for that. But
Yeah.
so I think we should dive into our top 3 if you're down,
Yes.
because I've got mine kind of. I think most of them prepared.
Yes.
I'm having a hard time with my top 3 because I know my top 2s, but it's hard to pick a top 3. I think.
Yeah. So the way I looked at this,
So I got one.
I was like, I think I just need to pick my personal favorites, because like I mean the top 3 that I would normally go to are, you know, obviously Michael Jackson would be in
Mm-hmm.
the top 3 because he's just,
He's
of all
just
time,
what
I
he
think in
is.
general, he's just a great performer. And that was like his whole basis was that. So I'd have to say,
Yeah.
not necessarily in any order, but Michael Jackson is in my top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll let you go next.
Well, my top 3, starting with 3, like my third, is Justin Timberlake, because he's pretty much known for his dance moves and his like
Yeah.
styling on stage. And I don't like love him entirely too much, not for any reason. I'm just not like the biggest fan.
It's
But I
like
can
in a
appreciate,
mirror.
yeah, I can
Whoa.
appreciate his moves and choreography. And yeah, so that's my top 3. I think he's really good at like, I mean, he didn't have a huge career in music. Like, obviously, he was quite big, but compared to
Mm-hmm.
like some other artists you see nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
but I think like he has made quite a name for his dancing. Like, his dancing is, I think, what makes him really stand out. Because if he was just a singer, I don't know if he would still have that amount of success that like blew him up. But he was also in like that Mickey Mouse Disney Club with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and
Ryan
other
Gosling was
actors.
in there too.
Was
Hey,
he actually?
Ryan Gosling was a Mickey Mouse kid.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
That's so weird to
he
me.
was in the Mickey Mouse Club.
What a weird concept of a club. I don't even know what it's about, but
MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. Anyway, sorry.
I don't know. So I'm just like, yeah, sure.
You don't know that? You don't know the Mickey Mouse Club theme song?
I know about the club, but I just know there's famous people in it.
MICKEYMOUSE. Anyway.
So yeah, that's my third option. What's your second kind of pick?
I mean,
Well, I
I
know you
have
didn't
to
really
go.
number it.
Yeah,
But.
like for me, it's hard because it's such a difficult decision for me, because like I want to pick like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC just because I want a group in there, but I also want to say Britney Spears because she's also from that era and she was very heavy emphasis on
Dancing.
the choreography. And, you know, she worked with people like, you know, Brian Friedman and Wade Robson, and like those guys are iconic. It's so for me, it's like a tie between those two. I want to choose both. Like I want to choose Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears as like my number 2 spot, but
I like it.
That's not fair.
I think Britney's, yeah, that's hard to pick. I think I'd pick Britney, but it is a hard pick. I'll give you that. My number 2 is actually Lady Gaga. I've seen her in concert, and she does a pretty killer like stage performance in general. Like the whole set, you're just like, what the frick is going on? But you're like pretty amazed. And then she also does just a lot of dancing. In a lot of her music videos, you'll see a lot of choreography. Even in the last song she just released, Rain on Me, by Ariana Grande, with Ariana Grande, sorry. They do like a whole choreographed scene. And I think that's just like, she's just a really, really talented dancer. And I don't know, she just does really well at it. So I think a lot of her videos show that really well.
Have you seen A Star is Born?
Yes.
Why would you do that to me?
Exactly.
Anyway, I think that's a great pick. I didn't even think about Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I mean, she has a lot going on, like a lot. She's got the whole outfits that are a lot. She's got the dancing, which is a lot. She's got the weird, controversial stuff, which is like, a lot. So yeah, I think people kind of pass over the fact that she is a really good singer and she is a really good dancer and she's a very, very strong performer for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's say our number 1 together. Let's see if we're on the same
Let's see if we're the
page.
same. Okay, yeah.
This will be hilarious if we say different names.
Okay, you count it down.
So 3, 2, 1.
Bruno Mars.
Yes! I knew it.
Yes.
We don't pre-plan this. We don't pre-plan this, guys.
We didn't pre-plan this at all. We did not talk about this before this started. Obviously, yes, of course, Bruno Mars. Like
what he's known for.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
and he's also, and the thing that I also love about him is that he brought back this old style of like the style of music, the style of dancing, like Motown is making a comeback now, and like funk is making a comeback, not because of Bruno Mars, but like he widely is popularizing it. Yeah. At disco, like if you look at all of his music videos, it's very reminiscent of all these old things. Like look at Finesse, look at Uptown Funk. Look at what's the other one? Treasure is a huge like 70s funk for sure. You know, and it's just, I don't know. I really appreciate it.
What was that other one he did? 24 Karat, that one, I think. Was that the other popular one he did?
Oh,
I think it's 24 Karat.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
24 Karat magic in the air.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
Lots of good songs from him.
Yeah. Like, I just want to listen to Bruno Mars after this now.
And I mean, I've never seen him in concert, but I've talked to so many people that have, and they literally like
say he's insane.
It was incredible, and I would go back, and I want to go back because he was just so good, and like his dance moves, and that's what they talk about. Is that?
Yeah. Oh, Locked Out of Heaven. That's also some great choreography. But I mean, every time Uptown Funk comes on, like I will try my best to do that choreography from that.
Yeah.
From that
it's a wedding song now too. It's one of those.
Oh yeah.
You know, single ladies, Uptown Funk things now. It's crazy.
I unapologetically dance to Uptown Funk. I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to dance to that song. You can't stop me.
You can't stop the beat.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Such a great, if you're going to watch a dancing movie, watch Hairspray. So good.
That's an amazing movie.
Yes.
But yeah, I think he's just like incredible in so many ways. And he's kind of disappeared for the short time being, but I know he'll probably come back. But
you just know something's brewing. You know something amazing is brewing.
But I think like I don't know why he kind of stopped, because he was kind of on such a high, and I think maybe he was in the scene for a few years, long enough to get tired and be like, okay, I've done enough touring, maybe I need a break, and then I'll go back to recording, right? But
yeah,
because Finesse came out not too long ago,
like 2018, 2019, 2018, I think it came out
like that.
But yeah, I remember that was like such a huge thing. I remember the first time I heard that song, I was like, oh my God, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Just from that first little drum beat, I was like, oh my God, I'm the kid again. It was great.
It's awesome. So that's our top 3.
And do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. I want to know everyone else's top favorite artist. Honorable mention that I forgot to bring up. that I was going to mention in my top 3. And then I changed my mind at the last minute because I was like, she does dance, but it's not like a prominent thing in her performances, which is why I chose to take it off of my list. But honorable mention, Vanessa Carlton. She actually trained in ballet and jazz and lyrical and all this stuff. She trained in all this kinds of dancing, and she actually had to stop because she got injured and she couldn't dance anymore. So if you go to watch the music video White Houses and you see a girl dancing, that's Vanessa Carlton dancing in that video. Yeah. She's a gorgeous dancer. So that's 100% amazing. Go watch that video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our top 3 of our choices of top 3 performers that can dance. My name is Millie Rouge.
And I'm Marissa Kay. And if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified when these shows come out. They come out Monday through Friday, every single day, 6 a.m. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go out and enjoy the sunshine.
Bye-bye.
Bye.